All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, we're going to touch on not giving the sacrifice of Cain. All right, not giving the sacrifice of Cain. Now, when you read the story, Abel gave the proper sacrifice. All right. He gave an animal sacrifice, a blood sacrifice. That was the proper sacrifice. So the Lord honored that. Cain, he was a tiller of the ground. He brought fruits and vegetables. And he knew he was supposed to bring the animal. But he didn't do that. He rather bring fruits and vegetables and give that to the Lord. All right. And expected the Lord to honor that. But the Lord didn't. All right, so how much more you? You know what's required of you in this truth, man. So put your best foot forward, all right? And don't give a half sacrifice. Don't give a sacrifice of Cain. You have men in this thing, all right, Israelite men that believe that, hey, I'm not hitting the highways and byways. I'm just going to make a video. And I hope the Lord save me. The Lord is not going to honor that. All right, that's the sacrifice of Cain. You have some brothers that believe, well, I'm not hitting the highways and byways and I'm not making videos. You know what? I'm into music. So I'm going to make music and that's going to be my way of pushing out the truth. The Lord is not going to honor that either. Why? Because you ain't doing what the Lord told you to do. We are ordered to hit the highways and byways. We are ordered to make these videos, feed the sheep. All right? So if you don't give the proper sacrifice, which every time, because we are right now, we are living sacrifices. And what's that get into? Your works. All right. How you spend your time, what you're doing. What are you focusing on? All right. Making your body a living sacrifice is dying daily. All right. And this don't mean that you actually die. This means that you're killing the old man. You're becoming different and different each day. Well, I would say better and better, rather. All right, or striving to be better and better in the Lord. All right. So that's you giving the proper sacrifice right now, man. How are you spending your time? All right. And right, let's just get into it. You know, this is Genesis 4:1, and we read, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh. See, Cain is the eldest. And she bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, right? And that word offering is sacrifice, you know, it's a sacrifice. When you get into that word, it's mina. If I'm saying it correctly, it means gift, tribute, offering, present, oblation, sacrifice, or meat offering, right? So Cain knew what he was supposed to do and what he was supposed to bring, but he decided to just bring whatever he wanted, all right, and expected the Lord to honor that. And that didn't come to pass, right? Continuing. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and into his sacrifice. But Cain, into his offering, he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Right? But that's his own fault, because he was given a half-ass sacrifice, man. So how much more you in this thing, man? Now, could you imagine you go into a restaurant and you order something? Like, let's say you ordered some lamb, some roasted red potatoes, and some asparagus. And then they go back there and they bring you something else. They bring you some flank steak and some mashed potatoes with gravy. And you say, hey, well, hold on. I'm not what I ordered. And they say, well, I know, but this is what I wanted to kind of bring you. That shit was a little too hard to, prepare and all that other shit. So, here you go. See, you're not going to honor that meal. You might get up and walk out. But guess what? This person is expecting to be paid, for you to pay for that meal and tip them. What audacity did this motherfucker have? That's exactly what you're going to be thinking. How much more the Lord? You see? See, it's funny to me, when people get put in a situation like this, they know exactly, oh, nah, that's wrong. But when it comes to the Lord, people become fucking lazy, man. They give a half sacrifice. You got some that are just, they know it's the right thing to do, so they cut the camera on, and you can see they have no feeling into it. They're not getting into words. They're not getting into examples. They just like, man, look, listen. They go over the breakdown, and that's it, man. And, you think the Lord knows that. He knows your heart. He knows you ain't have no feeling into it, and you really didn't want to do it. That's a half sacrifice. The Lord is not going to honor that. Let's go to Proverbs 15 and 8. Because, hey, your sacrifice, like the priest used to burn the sacrifices, man. And the Lord let us know how to, do sacrifices. What was it? A sin offering or a peace offering. It involves an animal, man, a blood sacrifice. And the priest will burn it, and it'll give a sweet smell to the Lord. So your sacrifice, if it's half-assed, it's not giving that sweet smell. It's giving that stench, man, an irritant to the Lord's nostrils, man. So make sure that your sacrifice is giving off a sweet smell unto the Lord. Let's go to Proverbs 15 and 8. It's Proverbs 15 and 8, and we read, This is Proverbs 15 and 8, and we read, the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to Yahweh, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. That's right. See, that half-ass sacrifice, you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you don't do it. You give the Lord whatever you want to give him, not doing what he says, and then you want to throw up a prayer and all that. Man, all of that is an abomination, man. And that's a stench unto the Lord's nostrils, man. All right? You claiming that you don't have to go to the highways and byways, but you expect to be delivered by just making videos. Or you expect to be delivered not going to the highways and byways, not making videos, but doing music. No, you will not be delivered. All right? Do what the Lord says, man. That's that easy. All right? That is the proper sacrifice. Don't give the sacrifice to Cain, man. Even your prayers is a sacrifice. All right? And he that had turned his ear away from knowledge, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So, hey, after you are told this and you come into this knowledge, man, make sure you're putting your best foot forward. Don't expect to give a half sacrifice or a bullshit sacrifice, and then expect the Lord to hear your prayers. That's an abomination. But the prayers of the righteous is like a sweet savor unto the Lord. All right? Obeying the Lord, that's like a sweet savor unto the Lord. Let's get Ecclesiastes 35, 4 and 6, and we read. Oh, Salaki, I got it. Ecclesiastes 35, 4 through 6, Salaki. Damn. Bear with me. Ecclesiasticus 35 and 4, and we read, Thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord, for all these things are to be done because of the commandment. The offering of the righteous maketh the altar fat, and the sweet savor thereof is before the Most High. That's right. So a proper sacrifice, man. You doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right, you putting your best foot forward in this thing. You giving your all in this thing. All right, you praying to the Lord, all that. That's a sweet savor unto the Lord. All right, a half-ass sacrifice, that's a stench to the Lord, man. Anyway, hope it's edifying. Hope you can take something from this. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.